Hi Scorpio, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages of the cards that come out in today's reading for you. Thank you so much for joining. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out and what messages come through the cards that come out in today's reading. So the first card we have is the High Priestess in the reverse. So we do have some Cancer energy with this. You could be dealing with a Cancer. And we have the Star. And with the Star we have some Aquarius energy. You could also be dealing with an Aquarius. And we have the Three of Cups. At the bottom of the deck we have the Wheel of Fortune. So with the Wheel of Fortune showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to have a connection that has a lot of depth to it. I do feel like there is a pretty significant energy to a connection that is forming or taking place right now. With the Wheel card showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of experiencing a lot of extremities right now as well. A lot of highs and lows, but I do feel like with this Wheel card showing up over here, it does also feel like opportunities to be able to learn a lesson as well when it comes to what's accompanying a connection right now. I do feel like with this Wheel of Fortune card showing up over here, this also has to do with divine timing. And I do feel that there's a sense of being able to experience a connection that is happening at a time that may feel like it is it may feel inconvenience, like an inconvenience, or it may feel like there is a sense of this happening at the right time as far as being able to have the time to be able to dedicate to it, so to be able to pay attention. I do feel like with the High Priestess showing up in the reverse though, this does feel like an energy of someone who they are letting their guard down. I do feel like they are being very, it's like they're being very open, or they are being very transparent with you. I do feel like there is a sense of not being able to hold something in any longer, and it feels like them being quite direct when it comes to being able to express themselves. I do feel like though this High Priestess card showing up over here, on some level there's a sense that there's a lack of self-trust for this person, and I do feel like that may also be something that is evident in the way in which they move in this connection with you. With this Star card showing up over here though, this energy feels hopeful. It feels like a lot of hope for this connection and what could be and where it's headed. And I do feel like with the Star card showing up over here, this also feels like a lot of depth to your connection as well, especially on a spiritual level. You could have a connection with a lot of spiritual alignments with this person. With the Star card showing up over here, this energy does feel like a lot of hope as well, but it also feels like a sense of distance on some level. This could be a physical distance, or it could be a sense of emotional distance, but it feels like there's a sense of kind of not feeling like you can fully reach, it's like this, you can't fully reach this person. I do feel like with the Star card showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of longing for someone. But with this Three of Cups showing up over here, this energy feels positive. It feels like being surrounded by supportive energy, but also people who I do feel like are supportive of you. And with this Three of Cups showing up over here, this energy also feels like an energy of being out and about in a social sense. It does feel like being surrounded by many people, but it does feel like also enjoyable moments when it comes to being able to be out or put yourself out there. You do feel like this Three of Cups also has to do with friendship. So this does also feel like a friendship that is deepening, or being able to see the value in a friendship at this time even more. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So we have the Six of Pentacles, and we have the Ten of Cups. And we have the Chariot. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Cups. So the Chariot, we have some more Cancer energy. Yes, you could be dealing with a Cancer. But the Seven of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of really having a very and taking a very realistic look and really analyzing things from a very realistic perspective when it comes to the connection, when it comes to where things are and where things are headed. I do feel like with the Seven of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like there is a lot of emotions involved and a sense of having a lot of feelings towards the situation and even within this connection. But it does feel like that not being something that is blinding someone or clouding someone's judgment. With the Seven of Cups showing up over here, this feels like an intentional energy towards being able to make a very clear-minded decision within this connection. And I do feel like with that, there is a sense of this person choosing this connection very consciously. It's like they're choosing you. I do feel like the Six of Pentacles showing up over here, you are dealing with someone who's quite a giver. This person's quite generous, but I do feel like there is a desire that they want to be able to have a connection that's equal. There is a sense of wanting to be able to have a connection where the give and take is equal or is reciprocated when it comes to that giving energy. I do feel like with the Six of Pentacles showing up over here, this energy feels supportive, and I do feel like this person wants to be able to support you or wants to be able to have a supportive connection with you, and I do feel like that is their intention. I do feel like they are someone who's quite helpful in this connection with you, and I do feel like that is also the way in which they express themselves or they express their love, is by being able to be able to give to this connection, or to be able to kind of show acts of service. With this Ten of Cups showing up over here though, this does feel like an energy of being hopeful for being able to have a connection that is that one that feels like that happily ever after. And I do feel like with this Ten of Cups showing up over here, it could feel like this connection is that connection that feels like that happily ever after. Because with this Ten of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like a lot of emotional compatibility, and do you feel like having a connection where on an emotional level you are also able to experience the sense of connection on a deep emotional level. But I do feel like with this Ten of Cups showing up over here, this energy does also feel very much like someone who has a lot in common with you, someone who is also into a lot of similar things to what you are into, someone who is around you as well. This could be someone who is someone who's local to you as far as the distance. So with the Star card showing up over here, this may be distance that is temporary, or is something that is happening or coming up within your journey. I do feel like with the Chariot card showing up over here though, this does feel like forward movements in your connection, things moving forward, but also feel like someone taking the initiative to be able to travel and someone coming towards you. And I do feel like with the Chariot card showing up over here, this also feels like being able to experience overcoming challenges within the journey of your connection, or even when it comes to someone being able to reach you or to be able to travel towards you. So I am going to clarify these cards. We have the Heart-to-Heart Conversations card. And we have the Passion card. And we have Getting to Know Each Other. So with this Heart-to-Heart Conversations card showing up over here, this does feel like being able to have communication with this person that feels very meaningful. It does feel like also someone who's opening up to being able to express something towards you. I do feel like with the Heart-to-Heart Conversations card showing up over here, it does also feel like a lot of the chemistry being reflected in the conversations and how deep they go. I do feel like with this Heart-to-Heart Conversations card showing up over here, it also feels like it's pertaining to this High Priestess in the reverse. Someone who's expressing themselves in a very open way. I do feel like it's like they're not holding back, and it's like they're communicating with you something they may have actually held in, or they may have been more reserved to be able to share with you in the past. But with this Passion card showing up over here, I do feel like there is a strong connection here. It does feel like having a connection that that you can feel there's a sense of there's a difference that it makes when it comes to being in this person's presence, and this person can feel that too with you. I do feel like they enjoy your company and they enjoy being around you. And with this star card also showing up over here, it also feels like a lot of longing that happens when you are apart. But with this getting to know each other card showing up over here, this does feel like being able to get to know someone on a deeper level and your bond deepening as well. You do feel like this could also have to do with the friendship kind of deepening as well, with this Three of Cups showing up over here. And it does also feel like when out and about in a social setting, or being surrounded by many people in a setting like that, being able to meet someone that you can be able to have that strong bond, get to know them on a deep level. And I do feel like the connection feeling like one that feels very strong. With the Wheel card showing up over here, this does feel like divine timing being at play as well. So it does feel like a connection happening at the right time. I do feel like with this Wheel card showing up over here, there's also a sense of being able to recognize the importance or the value in a connection or in someone, and a intentional energy to not take for granted how much this means to them, how much you mean to them. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Scorpio, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Scorpio.